Hello, Miss Noni and friends. Today we are going to present for our cross and multicultural communication class with the topic leadership styles. As people across countries have different background cultures, they will also have different leadership styles. So the team members are Alya, me, Hizkia, and Monica. There are six types of leadership styles based on the reference book that we have read. The first one is autocratic leadership, democratic leadership, laissez-faire leadership, directive leadership, family or trust-based authority, and benevolent autocrat. This is the mind map, and these are the six types of leadership styles that we will cover in this presentation. The first one will be led by Alya.
Thank you, Hizkia. I hope my voice is can be heard. Okay. So, autocratic leadership is a leadership style wherein the leader takes full control over the decision making and rarely takes the advice or input from the members of the group. Clear direction and strict control make for quick decision making, but it may lead to a lack of creativity within the group. So basically, an autocratic leadership is where the leaders might mix right. So the characteristics include limited input from members of the group, a highly structured environment, and clearly defined rules and processes. Next. So some examples of autocratic leadership will be in the nursing industry, in the healthcare industry. So nurses have traditionally been led in this fashion, which carries over to the present day. So because of this, a lot of nurses report that they would quit because there is some resentment among the nurses, and because this leadership style doesn't provide them with the support that they need. As we all know, nurses in hospitals, they carry a lot of weight in their work, and they do need a lot of support from the management itself. Next. The second one is an example of a widely known dictator. His name is Napoleon Bonaparte. He was the French emperor and military leader during the French Revolution. So his reputation is widely disputed. Some say he is a great leader. Some say he is a complete dictator and horrible, just a horrible leader. But so he was well known for his authoritarian leadership style. But this was during an era of strife and war, and he does create a lot of reforms that we still use to this day. But again, this was used during a very tumultuous time in French history. So that's why he was known as an authoritarian leader. Next. So some countries uh, that still use autocratic leadership include Germany, France, and Russia. The next one will be presented by Monique.
Thank you, Alya and Hizki. I will be presented the democratic leadership style. The definition is Democratic leadership, also known as participative leadership, emphasizes the involvement of team members in the decision-making process. Leaders in this style act as facilitators rather than directors, encouraging participation, sharing responsibilities, and fostering a sense of collective ownership. The characteristic of this style leadership is inclusive decision making, where team members are encouraged to share their opinions and contribute to decisions. Collaborative environment. This is emphasized on teamwork and open communication. Empowerment. Employees are empowered to take initiative and responsibility. And last one, the characteristic is flexibility. Leaders are adaptable and open to new ideas and feedback. Next slide, please. So these are the countries that adopt a democratic leadership style. We have Sweden. The example is leadership is highly democratic. Senior staff are accessible and available for discussion, and emphasize on equality and collective decision making. Next, UK. This is a manager focused on building good relationship with subordinates, flexible approach, and evaluating input from each team members. And ultimate authority rests with the manager, but the process, this decision making is inclusive. Next one, we have Japan. This is the leadership focus on getting the group to work together, high degree of collective responsibility, and emphasize on harmony and consensus within the team. And last one, USA. Result-oriented approach with a focus on individual accountability. Leaders often act as coach, guiding and supporting the team members. Motivation linked to a sense of achievements and responding to challenge. Next one will be presented by Alya.
Okay, thank you, Monica. So the next one is called the laissez-faire leadership. So this leadership style is where the line between the leader and the group members is blurred, and the leader only gives minimal guidance to the members. In order to successfully adapt this style, however, each member must possess certain qualities. So of course, this comes with its own setbacks. The lack of role clarity may lead to low accountability among the group, and the lack of like true leadership also contributes to that. So the characteristics are hands-off style leadership. They provide training and support. Trust is fully given to the members, and the members they all make the decision. Next. So these are the two people known for this type of leadership. So there's Warren Buffett, who's the chairman and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, and Andrew Mellon, who is an American banker turned industrialist. It's interesting to note that they are both known as the wealthiest people, the wealthiest men in America. Uh, uh, so Andrew Mellon was known as most the richest man, the wealthiest man in the late 19th century, and Warren Buffett is still known as one of the wealthiest uh, man in the world. Next. So an example of a country that still uses this type of leadership is the Netherlands. The next one will be by Monica also.
Directive leadership, in this style of leadership this is involve a high level of control and direction by the leader. Leader provide clear instruction, set expectations, and closely supervise tasks um, to ensure it meets the standards and timelines or due date. The characteristic of this style leadership, um, clear instructions. The leader give precise direction and expect the team members to be followed. High control. This is a close supervision of task and process. Technical competence, where leaders are often highly skilled and knowledgeable in their field. And last characteristic is structure environment, emphasize on order, rules, and organizational structure. Next slide, please. These are the example of countries that adopt directive leadership style. We have France. France, the type of leadership is highly directive. Leaders are expected to give clear and detailed instruction and high degree of technical competence is valued, along with experience and qualifications. Next one is Germany. Although not exclusively directive, Germany leaders are strong and decisive. Clear chain of command with instruction passed down from the top, and leaders inspire respect through functional competence and clear direction. Next will be presented by Hizkia.
Okay, thank you, Monique and Alya. So the next leadership style is family or trust-based authority. So this is a type of leadership where authority relies on personal relationships and it is delegated personally to trusted individuals within the organization with expectation to possess competence and creativity. So based on the definition, this leadership style has three characteristics. The first one is personal delegation of authority. So in this model, authority is not distributed through a formal hierarchical structure, but rather personally delegated to trusted individuals within the organization. And the next one, technical competence and creativity. So leaders are expected to possess a high level of technical expertise, and they also have to demonstrate creativity when making a decision. The next one, the last one is trust-based relationships. So the leadership style is heavily relying on personal relationships and trust. So the countries who is applying family or trust-based authority is Italy and countries throughout Latin Europe. And exploring this type of leadership reminds me of the movie, The Godfather trilogy. The concept of family or trust-based authority is vividly portrayed in this movie because in the movie, the leadership of Don Vito Corleone, one of the character, really showing this type of leadership. He showcased how leadership based on trust, personal relationship, and competence can create a powerful and cohesive organization. And the last type of leadership style is benevolent autocrat. Benevolent autocrat is a leadership style where the leader exercises decisive authority derived from strong personal relationships with subordinates. So based on this definition, there are three characteristics for this type of leadership. The first one is decisiveness and authority. So leaders are expected to be decisive, making a firm and clear decisions. so their authority is often derived from personal relationships rather than their position alone. The next one, personal relationships with subordinates. So the authority of the leader is closely tied to their ability to build strong personal relationships with their subordinates. And the last one, employee trust and respect. So while the approach is more autocratic, it is tempered by a benevolent attitude. So leaders are seen as caring and considerate, which fosters trust and respect among the employees. The country that is applying this type of leadership style is Spain. So leaders are often seen as benevolent autocrats. They're expected to have strong personal relationships with the subordinates, but they also grant authority to lead effectively.
So the conclusion of these 6 types of leadership are there are many leadership styles, but at the end of the day, we must first assess the environment we are in before implementing any one of them. Our success also depends on the other individuals within the group, and harmony is the best way to achieve state success.
So that covers all of our presentations. Hopefully, you can understand more about leadership styles throughout countries, and hopefully this will be useful for everyone who's listening. Thank you, Miss Noni and friends. Have a good one.
Bye.